Hi everyone, this is Audap. Let's continue our game of Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of Elusive Age on PC in 4K. Unfortunately, this does not feature any HDR, so it's too bad they couldn't have gone the extra mile. The way it calculates video and does things to video. So the most expensive item that you have in your graphic options is your post-processing. So I've just turned off the post-processing altogether. It seems like that has saved me, a large amount of processing power for the graphics to ingest. So everything else can be turned up except for that post-processing. Here's what's happened so far. Odd and Gemma, firm friends since being born on this very same day, both have come of age at last. They set out to climb Cobblestone Tor together to offer their prayers to the spirit of the land in the age-old ceremony of their people. After reaching the top, they offer up their prayers, then head back down the bottom where they tell Major Dunstan of the spectacular sights they saw. Upon hearing this, Dunstan explains that the purpose of the ceremony is to show them the breathtaking breath of Airdria. Now that he has come of age, the mayor tells Odd to return home to his mother Amber and tell her of the experience atop the tower. Atop the Tor. Of course, for me, my greatest limiter is my capture software. Since that also eats up a good chunk of the resources. So, if you're playing normally, then you can pretty much crank all this stuff up even in 4K. Just go for it, Professor. That gets me at a better position. Thanks for clobbering those stupid monsters. When I grow up, I'm gonna be big and tough, just like you. You did well, both of you. You're not children anymore. You're grown-ups. Welcome to the club. Cobblestones are all tucked away here in the valley. There aren't many people who even know this place exists, And that's why it's so lovely and safe. Monsters don't tend to bother us. And we get to live in peace and quiet. Lovely. Hey, Odd, do you want to be wandering outside the village after the day you've had? You need to be getting home. Follow me, dumbass.
Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the Tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me.
He's a witch! Burn him!
Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk. Here. This belongs to you.
I've been holding out
Your
on it.
grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the Tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village.
Ma'am?
It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're
Like an elephant?
the reincarnation of the luminary.
Oh, that was my second guess.
What?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Crikey.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
The reincarnation of the luminary. Odd tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned, and excited about his coming trip. Eventually... Having trouble sleeping, are we? Well, it's no surprise after all the excitement today, and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good. Okay, I might have to do something about that slow-ass camera. Camera speed. Indoors. Too freaking slow. I'm not going to have a seizure because I'm turning the camera. Do not need to babysit me. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. The camera's turning. Must have trouble in the real world. What's going on in there? Door is locked tight.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone.
Not me.
That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing. I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it. I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to.
No, we just turned to adults. They know what we're
Goodbye, old friend.
doing. Ah, friend zone you. Why? Exhausted after his long day, Odd finally falls into a restless slumber. Then the morning comes.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you. You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him.
Oh yeah, who was he?
And
again?
however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once. Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Heliodor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
Heard all about it from your mother. She said there's an important journey you have to make. And you're just a youngster. Well, before you head off, make sure you visit the shop. You know where it is, of course. Down this slope, across the river. Once you've stocked up, head up to the village entrance to the north. We'll all be waiting to see you off. Dearie, dearie, what am I to do? Oh, but is it young Odd? You came along at just the right time. I've got a favor to ask, you see. The other day I was playing with my lad. You know, messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he's got this, flurry feather that he loves, and, well, fool that I am, I managed to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'll go and get it myself, but I'm not too good with heights, I'm afraid. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind climbing up there and getting it back from me. You're doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. Some take requests? Yeah, sure. I know you'd help me out. You always paid attention to what the priest said in church. You know, that stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow and no mistake. Now, there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry up. Hurry on over to your shed. I'm sure you've climbed onto your fair share of roofs, but just find something to climb onto and press B to jump up there. Once you've found the flurry feather, bring it back here, and I'll see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck. Accept the people's friend's request. You just get a feather to play with? What? You know what? I'm not gonna judge. Cheap bastard. There you are, Odd. It looks like you've got the feather. Would you mind letting me have it? No. Ah, Odd hands over the feather. Thanks. I knew you would let me down. I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something in return. Tom receives a sleeping hibiscus. And that's not all. I've got a tip for you I hope you find useful. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple speech bubble above their head. Listen to what they have to say and see if you can do anything to help. That always pays to be kind to others. Don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little change of pace, or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyway, thanks again. I ought to really owe you one. Now just remember, whatever's waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others, and you'll do just fine. Yeah, something there, huh? Pretty much. Be sure to do some shop before you go. I'd recommend stopping up on medicinal herbs. If you get hurt from too much fighting, you can use them to heal yourself. Why don't you go? Wouldn't want to go anywhere without at least a couple if I were you. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. I'm actually really tired. That doesn't help. So you're leaving good old cobblestone, are you? Make sure you get all the essentials before you set off. Who's gonna carry it? This game, you need all this stuff. This game will screw you. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm assuming it'll screw you. Because plus games are all about the grind. Let me sneak off the back here. So you're leaving us for a bit, eh? Well, we're all up north. We're all up at the north entrance waiting to wave you off. Better get up there. We'll miss you, sunshine. Yeah, I won't miss the way you stare at my ass. Pervert. Ever since she heard you were leaving, Gemma's been all cooped up indoors. I wonder what she's doing in there. It's no business. Oh, just look at you. Those are old Chalky's clothes, aren't they? Aren't they, dear? Gosh, you look just like he did at your age. You wore the very same outfit when he went off to explore the world. And now here you are, following in his footsteps. Another gimp here? Oh, I guess I should have expected that. I heard you going all out to Heliodor. Can I come with you, please? Please? Fine. I suppose I'm a bit young still. Well, be careful. It's a long journey. My dad says you have to head north and just keep going. It's full of all kinds of people. Way more than you see in Cobblestone. Ah, I can't wait to grow up and see it for myself. Just because you're sitting under a tree doesn't mean you can't pop home for a visit whenever you like. If you ever get hurt or in need of rest, there's no place like home. That's what I always say. I'm sure your old comfy bed will always be waiting for you. I don't know much about fighting, but I've heard the best way to get big and strong is to wallop lots of monsters and build up your experience. But if you realize you picked a fight with a monster that's tougher than you, there's no shame in running away. Can't believe you're leaving us so soon. Well, make sure you stock up on items and weapons for the journey. Oh, and remember, there's no point just carrying equipment around with you. Make sure you equip it. So this is it. The little soldier's really leaving. You might not be back for a while. I hope you said all your goodbyes. So, ready? Yeah, sure. Oh, off you go then.
One day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating since he brought you to Cobblestone. We never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone, won't you, eh? If he finds out this is the village where the luminary was raised, there might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift.
Oh, you are terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Oh, no, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Now, the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way.
This is the map of Erdrea.
And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way. You'll find Heliodor easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy.
Arf!
You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Wait! Here, take this with you. I made it for you.
Odysseys, Gemma Strong.
It'll keep you safe. I heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you? Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you.
For a special purpose. Horses are an incredibly convenient way to cover large amounts of ground in very little time, but you'll sometimes have to enter areas that can only be explored on foot. Don't despair though, a ring on one of the many summoning bells dotted around Erdria will soon bring your faithful friend Galvin back to your side. Aha, there you are. The mayor asked me to teach you a thing or two about horses, and maps too, for that matter. Now you see this bell here? Give it a ring. A fine steed will gallop up out of nowhere just like that. Just remember if your feet are getting more sore. And what if you're lost as well as tired? Easy. Just press X to take a look at your map. What's more, pressing A once you've got your map open will allow you to access all sources of useful information. I'm sure all this is written in the list of traveler's tips in your pack there, but you can't go over these things too often. cucumber impaled itself. How very cruel. Cruel cucumber. Oh, hold on a second.
Ho, what have we here? I know a budding adventurer when I see one.
Looking at my pants.
It can be risky heading into the great outdoors if you aren't familiar with the basics of survival, you know. Well, fear not, because that's where I come in. See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you spy one of those, it means you can set up camp and rest your weary bones. To settle down for the night, just go up to the fire and examine it. You'll soon be enjoying a well-earned break. What's that? You're worried about being attacked by monsters while you sleep? Oh, ye of little faith! That statue over there is chock full of holy powers that'll keep the beasties at bay for as long as you need. And that's not all. You can pray to it to be cured of poison and all kinds of other things. Think of it as a mini church. Anyway, enough of my yammering. Why don't you take a closer look at all this camping kit for yourself? You'll need to get used to what campsites look like and how to find them. After all, you'll be relying on them whenever you're out in the wilderness. It's like my old dad always said, keen campers can continue on where others can't. Be prepared. Well, that's all from me. If you have any camping-related queries, feel free to ask. I'm here all the time. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Stuff I can steal yours? Oh, yeah, there is. Life savings. Let's see. Bobby. The characters attacked a lot and will undergo certain other trials and tribulations. They'll eventually enter an unnerved state known as pepped up, which will boost their martial might for a while. But nothing lasts forever. After several turns of path, they'll lose their glow and go back to being their normal selves. However, any characters who are pepped up in the Badlands will still be so when the next one begins. Whoops. Well, thankfully I recorded 60 frames, so I'm sure I can catch one of those frames later on. Through the door, hustle. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching Dragon Quest XI. Echoes of an Elusive Age on PC in 4K. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.